Hi everyone, it's Jerry. I'm going to hop into this monthly rapid arena. I'm going to play 2 games. Time controls are 10 plus 0. And I'll just go ahead and share my thoughts along the way. Okay. Took a little bit for that first pairing. Team Black here. Oh. B4. Orangutan. All right, let's see. I'll go with E5 and allow this particular exchange. I give up a big center pawn in playing this way, but in a way what I'm aiming for is some lead in development. Bishop has moved twice. There's another tempo I could grab against it, but first things first, I have to address this threat, so let's sneak this one in. And where to go with my bishop? Also, what's coming to mind here, a couple things. Where's this bishop going once challenged? It's not going to be on this diagonal anymore. Leaning towards this move eventually. So this bishop's going to back off here. Where's the knight going to go? This may influence my bishop's decision, because right now it only has this square, which isn't the greatest. I may want to stay on this diagonal, because I think they're going to want to eventually play with their central majority, and some extra care will have to be taken over this pawn here. Yeah, I don't like the idea of falling back here. There's a tempo. Definitely don't want to obstruct my pawn. And here, this is a half-open file. Eventually want to castle and put my rook here. So maybe we arrive at this answer by elimination. I think this is maybe the best. Okay. May want to keep open the option how to target this bishop exactly. There's a reason to maybe hold off on knight c6. I'm going to go castles. What is that reason? I may want to include first c5. Wow, that's a huge decision. All right, I don't have much choice. Let's just recapture. Okay, so this pawn, one attacker, one defender, it's pinned as well. I have an unopposed bishop. I guess they're going to try and stay very strong on the dark squares, so this construction. I could go in with c5 here. Feels like that makes sense. I'll go with it. I could look forward to possibly a majority on the queen side, so c5, d5, c4. May want to do this first. Maybe keep some flexibility for my my knight. Still thinking it's going to go to c6, but let's sneak in d5. Maybe this will have some influence on the light square bishop. Anticipating a pin. Bishop there feels awkward. This is the first move that's crossing my mind. This one's second. Unprotected points. Also queen b2 in some cases. Could that be a little scary? Also an idea to maybe cut the bishop off from the light squares on the king side and maybe do something on that side. What is its point? Stop rook here? Doesn't want to see knight here? Not entirely sure. Could always question it. It's really bugging me. Interesting. If I play here, castles, bishop h3, knight h4, spending a huge load of time here. I'll just go with the pin at the end of the day. This is springing to mind now. Still staying flexible with this pawn. If these captures, I could take here. So, all right, some time was lost there. Yeah, I think this knight should go on its favorite square. I am sort of leaning towards C4 here. Working with the majority. Don't have to worry about queen A4 throwing a punch. My bishop is defended now. This is sensitive. These 2 points are sensitive. Queen B3 a move? Maybe. Right. To keep the pin. All right, it's not a pin. I was going to say to keep the pin or not. I have the bishop pair. Am I welcome to a bishop exchange? Normally you wouldn't be. At the same time, I could maybe even play it where we go with the light square bishop exchange, and I could possibly focus on C4. I think I want to grab the space. I'm going to shoot for this. Also, I could withdraw the bishop here. It's not out of the question some action on the king side, so I could play with the pawns on the queen side. I could also shift my attention here. Before I played this move, I questioned, is this a way to respond, and I didn't think it would be. I do have this move. I think I'll play it. Yeah. Queen here will eventually run into a tempo. No knight jump here. All right, so this one, probably this first, yeah. Rook right here. Queen here is only hitting one thing and just be asking for trouble. All right. I go with B5 right now, or no, let's take some time out for the counter strike. This is white's pawn break. I want to hold that one up. In time, there's really no way for white to hold up this. It takes a lot more prep work if white's to get the E4 break in. If the knight has to move, you have to maybe shoot for F3, E4, but that just doesn't seem realistic. Because F3 is hanging at this point. So what I'm trying to do here is control my opponent's pawn breaks before, whoa. All right, maybe they felt compelled to go for this. Seeing that they were in a tough spot, it felt like we're going to be in some trouble there. So, all right. Not the worst sacrifice. I mean, 2 big center pawns here. I'll go with this one. And if you take, there's A3. I definitely have to pick up the pace. Now, do I keep going, or I feel like I want to centralize? Not entirely sure why. Queen here. Maybe something with F6 here. Some move. I could also, yeah, I'm definitely drawn to this now. Opposite the queen. This should really be my focus. C3 pawn. It's backward after all. Can maybe go for this. Do I care if I give up control over this E5 square? So this one here, probably not. Yeah, maybe the more I look at it, I think I might be really close to winning this pawn. Is A4 a move? Chop here. I feel like that's something Leela knight odds would do. I should also keep in mind these squares here, so if my knight has this jump, I can maybe even consider the jump on my next move. There is a pin. Knight B4 into C2? Maybe. So if they go here, they're in a pin. If they go here, they're opposite the rooks. Their queen probably doesn't feel so comfortable. Okay. So my light square bishop is going to be tracked down, but I believe this pawn is going to be tracked down. I want to see how it's defended. Yeah, I'll get the flight square in. I don't care about maintaining my structure. I don't want to pull my queen or knight away. This is the knight's destination. So I could swipe this pawn with the rook. I guess I should do that. I am on the queen. And then I'll just babysit here. Queen a3 is covered multiple times, so it's a pawn for a knight imbalance now. And I have a 2-to-1 majority, so that's probably going to be my direction there, to work with the majority. Pointing this out, b4, a5 in time. Oh, I'm saying a6. Yeah, why not maybe b5? That's probably more direct. If I want to work with that majority, do I care that there's some discovery here? Maybe I do want to hold my light squares for a little bit. Nah. Let's get going with this. Oh, you know what? I should have checked that this isn't a thing. Oh, my rook is defended. Right, for a second, I was thinking that they had the chance for 2 rooks. 2 rooks for the queen. How am I recapturing if rook takes? You get a passer. I feel like I want to take with the piece just to get some more trades in. Maybe my knight wants to be planted on c3. I don't like my bishop here, really. This could be a nice outpost square, especially if they try to roll with their center. Get here, target a pawn or two, place something in a pin. Back about a minute and a half. Yeah, I think I'll be taking with the rook. Let's go with the rook. If challenge, knight here, queen here. In general, I'm looking to stay on a dark square with my queen, so this one doesn't bug me, ever. 7th rank. Also, queen here keeps an eye on that flight square, so back rank. Ideas could be in the air if the bishop maybe abandons the f1 square. It's never around to block a back rank check. This feels good. Queen here, rook here, knight here. Targeting that one. I think I want to go with this one. Yeah, everything is defended here. Good coordination. I was thinking this might be a move to undermine, but I could take with the rook. Not sure what purpose exactly. It does open the b file, but there isn't any great follow-up move with the majors. Okay, it does stop rook there. Improve the knight. Oh, the bishop's going to be improved right here. Okay, I'm going to go here instead, so that bishop here doesn't hit with tempo. And after bishop there, it does block this, so I'm going to reroute my bishop right now and support my pawns like this. And there might be a sacrifice very soon. I have pressure, coordinated pressure on these dark squares. One of these 3 is pinned. If 2 of them move, the other one is pinned. The 3rd is pinned. A very active rook. Clock balancing out here. This one's pinned. Okay, this is almost certainly asking for a chop here. Probably go in for that. I feel like there's a better moment to do that, though. I'm gonna go up here. Yeah, I probably should have just did it. Chop, chop, and then take here, and then I'm on this twice. Queen, rook, and then this is ready to fall. Just have to be a little bit careful. This pawn is attacked, pinned. This is an unprotected pawn. I do have a check. This could be close by. You flick in a check. Sort of just making a fast move there. Okay. Nearby, we wanted to stick around right here. Bishop is blocked now. This was worth considering because I could challenge the bishop. This is maybe white's best piece. I am keeping this square open for my knight. Play here, the dark squares, the bishop springs to life after e4. The pawns don't go much further after this, I don't think. Let's see. I'm still looking at just playing within the structure, not going for a sacrifice. What kept me from going for that sacrifice, in a way, was the opposite colored bishop situation. Is there a possible draw? I'll go for this knight maneuver. Knight into c4. Can maybe even hold up f6 to be a bit careful. Okay. I'll go for a queen exchange. If it's declined, I could flick in this one. An active move like this, I have this square under control, my rook and knight. I'm in position to control the passed pawn. That's not a problem for me if we play a queenless position. Just want to challenge this bishop. And then maybe go after this pawn. Where does the bishop go, really? Okay, there we go with the queen activity. Let's flush this bishop back, and in fact I could take here. I guess it's gonna try for that one. Queen takes pawn. Another way to play it is where I don't even take that pawn. And I'm gonna take that approach, actually. So I feel like I'd be a little bit off balance. Be some kind of activity. My knight could experience file pressure. I like that my queen is cutting out queen activity here. I don't even want to have to start thinking about possible perpetual checks. Okay, they're sacrificing there. Take with the rook, I guess. Still have these squares covered. Queen takes pawn. I'm up to 2 minor pieces. 2 minor pieces for 2 pawns at this stage. Rook activity to these. Rook c1 isn't threatening anything. Rook here, on the other hand, well, I could take here, controlling that. If this, then I go all in, probably for that f2 square. There isn't anything here for white that I see. Okay. We're defending the pawn. Go for a rook exchange. Or just at this point go for, go for a rook exchange. There is this check here. Cut out the queen. How about queen here? Just watching out for the checks. Queen here. No, this is the only perpetual idea. At this point, I feel like I could go ahead and just go after f2. Go for the mate. 1, 2, mate threat. I don't care about the bishop. Got that covered. I could also just move the king. Right, that's covered, and I should be going in for checkmate here. I'll sneak in here first. It's just one check. I'm cool here. queen here, I'll be hitting first. In many ways. So that piece sacrifice there on c2, bishop for 2 pawns. Yeah, I guess they felt compelled to give up the piece there. Any fancy mates? Guess I could take here. And straight to mate at this one. Okay. Went down to the wire. Some seconds remaining. And play one more. Okay. We'll go with e4. Sicilian Defense. All right. Open Sicilian? I guess so. Knight f6. c3. Alrighty. Alright, there's a weakness here on d6 and d5. Normally a6 is included first to prevent bishop b5 check. So, an issue with this move is I get to flick in the check and then work on these light squares, this d5 square in particular. And what I'm certainly welcome to after this check is a light square bishop exchange, because this is the good bishop. This is my very active bad bishop. And these pawns tell me which bishops are good and bad. So, yeah, I believe the way is to simply exchange light square bishops and then go for this maneuver. I think in my future here I have this idea of obtaining a strong knight versus a bad bishop. So we'll go with the bishop exchange first. And now finally address this threat on my knight. I am on this square as well. I almost, like, even if I have the opportunity to take the pawn, I might not even want it. g6, I might just work on this d5 square. I was talking a position where I have potentially a good knight versus a bad bishop. It could also be a good versus bad bishop situation. However you slice it, I'm looking at playing against this bishop. Now, this one is definitely an error because I could take this 2-point pawn and now the king is going to be running for his life. There's only one move. Bishop h6 to follow, setting up a discovered check. Ready to win the queen. I'm not concerned about this. I'm on the queen. Well, what am I talking about? That would be, oh, okay, they resigned. That would be a double check. All right, so I'm going to stop it right there just to, let me hit pause. Let me just go into that last game to emphasize again. And that's why there's that important, well, wrong game. This one here. That's why it's important to first include a6 before playing e5. So it's already, yeah, you won't see very many e5 games here. 351 still played, but doesn't score very well, as you can see, 19. Yeah, if there wasn't still this blunder bishop here, it's still tricky. Like this is what I had my eye on. Forget about the engine. Let's say it was kicked. I was pointing out I may not want to take the pawn. So looking at something like this, maybe we have this scenario, have this square to work with, d5, or maybe even it could be a situation where this isn't a good move in this position, but let's just say, because there's this move, but let's just say, to emphasize the point, we get this kind of exchange in. Very easily be the case where it's a strong knight versus a really bad bishop. So, in short, a6 is an important move to first flick in before. Whoops. a6 is first. a6 should first be played before e5. Okay, I am going to stop right there. A lengthy first game and a pretty quick second one there. Anyhow, feel free, as usual, to leave any feedback to this video in the comment section below. Hope you enjoyed it and maybe took a thing or two away. That's all for now. Take care.